Good afternoon, guys. Good afternoon, everyone. I welcome you to this class. Uh, we're basically going to be today. We'll be looking at advanced pure price action. Advanced pure price action. Advanced pure price action. Give me a minute, real quick, as I send the link up to the community, so people can actually join in. From the community. Just 1 minute, as I quickly share this link to the community so they can actually join the class. So they can know we are live already. So they can know we are live. Just a minute for me to easily share this. So I can easily share this with the community. So they can join us immediately. Just a minute. Just want to share this to the community. Just want to share this with the community. Okay, so let's get started without wasting any of our time. Let's get started immediately. So, like I said, today we'll be focusing on advanced pure price action. Advanced pure price action. Uh, so, like I said, today we'll be focused. I just copied the link now. You're welcome. Let me share the link real quick to the community so they can easily join. Just a minute, please, guys. Just a minute. I want to make sure the guys. I want to make sure the community get the links. Get the link. Make sure to share this link to your friends as well. Send it to them. Let them join. Let's learn together and let's keep the fire burning. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So good afternoon once again. Sorry about the delay. I welcome everyone to this class, and I promise you this class will be worth your time because we're going to be diving deep into advanced pure price action, and I'm going to be explaining everything one by one. I'm going to be explaining everything one by one. Now make sure that we're actually following and we're able to gain something meaningful from this class. So if you're active and you can actually hear me, drop one in the comment section. Let me know if you guys can actually hear me before we proceed. Let me know if you can actually hear me. Drop one in the comment section. Keep liking this video, share the link to your friends, and let's keep the fire burning. Send one to the chat box if you know you're actually active and you can actually hear me. I want to be sure you guys can actually hear me before I proceed. Okay, yeah. So, like I said, today's class will be focusing on advanced pure price action, and just like the name implies, as advanced pure price action. Just like the name implies, advanced pure price action. When you hear of advanced pure price action, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? I just want us to like try to relate with the topic itself before actually digging into the chart. And just like and this analysis you are seeing on the chart, if you were in the last class, this analysis that is on the chart was our analysis and the play out. It's played out 100% effective. It's played out 100% well. It's played out 100% well, and I was actually very happy that you guys were able to follow up with the trade. some that took the trade, made profit as well from the trade. So when you hear of advanced pure price action, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Advanced pure price action simply involves what? Analyzing and trading based solely on what? Price movement, without relying on what? Technical indicators. This approach focuses on understanding what? Market structure, identifying the trend of the market, and recognizing patterns to what? To predict future price movements. And what are the key concepts that you can note from this, my basic definition? You will note market structure, dimension of market structure. I've taught you guys about market structure, which deals about identifying the trends, identifying breaks out and reversals through what? Price action analysis. And understanding what? Your swing highs and your swing lows, recognizing what? Significant price points that determine what? Market direction. And I've also taught you about momentum analysis. Like when you're able to identify, I'm actually going to be creating a YouTube video on impulsive moves and correction for you guys to be able to actually understand and to be able to quickly identify where the impulsive move of the trend is. So, but if you were following with the analysis, when I was talking about support and resistance, I've tried as much as possible to talk about momentum analysis as well. That's comparing the current price movement with previous momentum to gauge strength and weakness. And when you're able to identify the strength, you know what? You'll be able to know what? Those that are in control of the market and those that you're supposed to actually what? Follow in your trading. Those the whether you have to follow the buyers or the sellers, right? Whether you have to follow the buyers or the sellers. So today's class will be solely what? Advanced pure price action. We'll be digging deep into pure price action. And at the end of this class, we'll be able to analyze what we're expecting for tomorrow as well, being Monday, the 1st of September. We'll be able to analyze what we're actually expecting, and from there, we'll just continue the whole class. So let's continue. I'll dig into the charts right now and stay active and actually make sure you follow through with everything that is happening right here, guys. Make sure you follow with everything that is happening right here. Make sure you follow through with everything that is happening right here. So I'll dig into the charts right now. I'll open my charts. Okay, the chart is open already. I'll start my analysis right now. And you can see the last chart that we have right here was the last analysis that we had. Was the last analysis that we had, right? Which was the last class. I'm going to analyze this trade, and everything played out 100%. Everything played out 100%. No single movement against us. Everything played out what? 100%. So today we'll basically be focusing more on what? Just like I said, advanced pure price action trading. Advanced pure price action trading. Yeah. So where we stopped the last time, we'll continue from there. And this market condition, I'm going to erase everything on this chart right now. I'm going to erase everything on this chart, and I'm going to start our proper analysis again. And I want you guys to actually follow through with me, and let's analyze this market together. And from this class as well, there are some points that I wasn't able to state in the last class. So make sure you actually pay attention, and you'll surely gain value. Just like in every class, you surely gain value. No matter how, you surely gain value in every class. So let's continue, guys. So if you can actually hear me, please send one in the chat box. If you can hear me, send one in the chat box. If you can hear me, send one. If you can hear me, type one in the chat box. If you can actually hear me, please type one in the chat box. I want to be sure you guys can actually hear me before I actually continue, before I start analyzing. Okay, Rachel, you're welcome. Okay, so let's continue. Rachel, you guys can hear me now. Okay, so let's continue, guys. So this was our last analysis, and just like I said, uh, I'll try to drop our analysis again from the start. I'm going to erase the whole of this chart, and we're going to analyze this market with this chart. We're going to analyze it together. We're going to analyze this chart together from the beginning to the end. We're going to analyze this chart together, and you're going to see what pure price action truly means. I know pure price action doesn't require any indicator. So in case you are wondering why are there no indicators, in case you are wondering does Sammy use indicator, does non-star use indicator, or whatever, Pure price action doesn't require what? Indicator. It doesn't require any indicator. Just like I said, in case you joined late, advanced pure price action involve what? Analyzing and trading based solely on what? Price movements. We only deal with what? Price movements. We are able to identify momentum and trade the momentum without relying on what? Technical indicator. And this approach that we're actually going to be using, it's focused on what? Understanding market structure, identifying the trend of the market, and recognizing patterns to predict what? Future price movement. And just like we've talked about support and resistance, market structure, I've given you the basic understanding of market structure, but I'm actually going to be highlighting that again, and we're going to analyze this market together. This chart, I made sure that I brought this chart up because this was our last analysis. And if you check the last video on the YouTube channel, that was our last live class. You can check out how we're able to analyze this trade and how we're able to actually take profits with this trade. So I will erase all of these charts right now, and we're going to do our analysis again from the beginning. We're going to do our analysis again from the start for those that were not able to join us. And I'll also be giving some valuable tips that you should actually take note of. That's why this class is very, very important. So make sure you stick around. I'll clear this whole chart now. And we're going to analyze this chart together. Together. Oh, jeez. We're going to analyze this chart together. Just a minute. Okay. So I'm going to clear this chart now. I'm going to clear this chart right now. I don't know why this had to disappear. It was not supposed to disappear though. Okay, let me erase this. Okay, yeah. Good. Very good. So now I basically love to analyze XAUSD, but for those wondering, our strategy doesn't work on only XAUSD. It basically works on all pairs. It works on all pairs. It works on all pairs. So pay attention. But if you are any pair you actually want us to trade together, immediately after this XAUSD analysis, you can drop it in the chat box. We are going to look into it together. Or probably there's a pair that you've been trading and you don't understand the moves and you are finding difficulty trading that pair. After analyzing this chart, there will be space for us to actually analyze another chart as well, and we'll be able to break it down. We'll be able to break everything down together. So this is XAUSD, just like pure price action. And like I said again, pure price action involves what? Analyzing trading solely based on what? Price movement. Solely based on all these things that we're seeing right here. Solely based on all these things. Solely based on all these things that we're seeing right here on our chart. Analyzing the chart solely based on all these things. Solely based on price actions. Solely based on what? Price action without the use of what? Technical indicators. Without the use of technical indicators. Without the use of technical indicators. And this approach focus on what? Understanding market structure. Yeah, understanding market structure. You need to be able to, before when you open your chart, the very first thing that should come to your mind should be what's the structure of this market. After that, what trend are we in? What trend are we in? It's still under market structure. You'll be able to identify your trend, and after identifying your trend, when you identify your trend, you'll be able to know who has more strength in the market, who is more powerful at the moment in the market, who is in control of the market. And just like we are retail traders. Yeah, we are retail traders. Even if you are trading with $5 million accounts, you are still a retail trader because there are people actually trading with much more. They are real market movers. There are people that really move the market, that have more momentum in the market. Do you understand me now? There are people that actually have momentum. So those people that actually move the market makers, we have to be in line with what the market makers are doing. We need to be following where the majority are, where there is more volatility, where there's more control. We need to follow who is more in power. You need to follow who is more in power. When in any political economy, when you see the president of a country, you want to do what? You want to get close to the president. And when you get close to the president, what does that mean? You are also giving the authority. The president will the name of the president in your mouth will empower you to do what? To also give authority. Do you understand me now? So that's the same thing we're actually doing here. We're able to identify and go in line with the big market movers because we are trading with very low capital. Even if you are trading with $10 million, you are still a retail trader, right? Because you can't afford to lose everything. And there are people bringing billions, trading with millions in this forex trading, in this forex industry, right? So let's continue. So let's analyze this chart now. Looking at these charts, just like I taught you, looking at these charts, what's the very first thing you need to do? What's the very first thing you need to do? Looking at these charts, what's the very first thing you need to do? Now let's apply the principle of let's apply the principle of market structure. Let's start with market structure. A market structure is also a principle to what top down analysis, going to your higher time frame and in order to identify the trend of the market, right? In order to identify the trend of the market. Now let's go down to the daily time frame. Let's start analysis from the daily time frame. Let's analyze this market from the daily time frame. Looking at this daily time frame, what are we able to identify from this daily time frame? What we come here to do on the daily time frame is to do what? To identify who is in power, who is in control of the market, right? And just like the name implies, advanced pure price action, pure price action trading, advanced pure price action trading, advanced pure price action trading. What does that pure price action simply means? Just like I said, analyzing what? Just analyzing based on what? Pure price movement. Pure price movement. And that pure price movement, let's move all the big grammars. It simply deals with what? Analyzing the the relationship between the buyers and the sellers. And it helps us to do what? To understand who is more in control. It helps us to understand who is more in control. And we have to do what? We have to follow who is more in control in the market. Right? If you can hear me up to this, we have to follow who is more in control in the market. Now I'm right here on the daily time on the 4 hours time frame. I started from the daily time frame. Now I'm at the 4 hours time frame. What do we do? What do we do on the 4 hours time frame? Now let's go back to the daily time frame and let me show you something first. On the daily time frame, we're able to identify that what gold has always been in an uptrend. Gold has always been in an overall, gold is strongly in an uptrend. We have an higher high, we have an higher low, we have an higher high, we have an higher low, we have an higher high, we have a lower high, we have a lower low rather. We have an higher high, we have a lower high, we have a lower high, we have a lower low, right? But overall, you've been seeing what more of bull runs in the market, more of bull runs in the market, and hopefully this week, gold is going to be reaching it another all-time high. Hopefully this week. Why? Because gold is close to the highest point it has ever been. This is the highest gold has ever been. This is the highest gold has ever been, and you can see that gold is very close. It's very close to the highest it has ever been. And just looking at the momentum that's been happening around this area, it's giving us what the idea that what market is strongly bullish. The buyers are in the market. The buyers are trying as much as possible to the current market movements. Look at what is happening here. The buyers are in the market and they broke this last swing high that we have right here. We have a swing high right here that did what? That got broken last week. That got broken. We have another swing high right here that got what? That got broken. Can you see? We have another swing high that got what? That got broken right here at this level. This one got broken. This other one also got broken. This one also got broken right here. So possibility of us seeing a new all-time high happening on gold this week. But we don't just buy because we know that an all-time high is actually going to happen. We need to be able to do what? To analyze the market properly. Now, leaving the 4 hours time frame and leaving the daily time frame, just like I can see on the daily time frame, we've been able to identify two swing highs, two very important swing highs. We have a swing high at this level We have a swing high at this level. This is a swing high, right? The market broke. This right here is a swing high. The market broke to the top side right here, right? Market also broke this relevant swing high. This also right here is a swing high, right? The market broke as well. If you look at this level right here, very well, you see the market broke this level as well to the top side. So we have the high chances of gold reaching a new all-time high this week. This week, but gold is not going to reach a new all-time high just based off what we've analyzed right here. Those are just giving us clue of what is actually going to happen. We see two new highs broken this week, last week rather. We see two new highs, and where is gold heading to? Gold is heading to this new high right here. Gold is heading to this new high right here. And anything that makes gold come to this new high, you might have gold definitely doing what? Breaking this level to the top side. And if gold breaks this level to the top side, we are going to be having what? A new all-time high. Jesse Prosper, you're welcome. We're going to be having all-time high, right? If you can actually hear me up to this moment and if you are feeling what I'm actually saying, send fire emoji in the comment section. Let me know if you guys are actually following me. I want to know if you guys are actually intact. I want to know if you actually understand up to this point. I want us to be very, very active. I don't just want to be here talking. I want us to interact. I want us to interact. Yeah, Jesse Prosper, well done. Well done. I want us to interact. At least we have more than one person active on this chart. Nana Yao, active, active, active. Okay, so let's continue. So you can see that eye. You can see those new eyes broken, right? You can see those eyes broken. You can see those eyes. You can see those eyes broken. And that's giving us a clue that what? There's the possibility, the high chances of gold giving us a new all-time high this week. Giving us a new all-time high. There's possibility of gold giving us a new all-time high this week. There's a possibility of gold giving us a new all-time high this week. So we actually have to be what? Very, very watchful. Now, what are we expecting on gold? We've been able to get this clue on the daily time frame, right? We've been able to get this clue on the daily time frame, and I'm hoping to actually create a YouTube video very soon. I'll create a YouTube video for you guys on how to identify impulsive move and corrections. How do you know when corrections are actually happening in the market? That will be a new video. I'll be creating that for you very soon. Hopefully, if I'm chance this week, I'll create that as well. And also a video, I found out there's a video missing, which is on risk management. I'll also be creating that as well. Rachel, I see you. Rachel is active as well. So let's be active, guys. It's not about the crowd, it's about people that are actually very willing to. Just like I said at the beginning of the whole class, that not everybody that started will actually end well. But those that are willing to actually do what? Pay the sacrifice. And I can tell you, Forex changes life. Forex can literally change your life. It can change your whole financial situation, financial state around. It's all about what? Consistency. It's all about consistency, your willingness to learn. You have to sacrifice your time, your data, your money. And that's the thing about trading. In trading, you don't pay with tears. You pay for every error with dollars. You pay for every impatience with dollars. So we have to actually be what? Very, very careful. That's as 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 good as it can change one's life literally. That's how bad it is as well. If you are not patient enough, you're actually going to get flogged. So I want you to actually pay attention and make sure you gain something meaningful from this class. So we are seeing these potential levels on the daily time frame. Now let's clean all of these and let's go down to the 4 hours time frame. Let's go down to the 4 hours time frame and check out what's happening in real time. Let's check out what's happening in real time. So we have gold breaking these significant levels, and that's giving us a clue that what the market is strongly bullish, strongly bullish, strongly bullish, and we have to be able to do what? Find out our potential entry level because we're actually going to be trading tomorrow. So where are we going to get our entry from? We'll be analyzing what we're expecting tomorrow. just like we did the last time, and it was 100% accurate. No single reversal against us. Everything went well, 100%. The before and after was sent to the group, right? So let's go down to the daily, to the 4 hours time frame. Enough of a long talk. Let's go down to the 4 hours time frame. Now on the 4 hours time frame, just like we did in our last class, what did I tell you? On the 4 hours time frame, you just come out to do what? On your higher time frame, try to mark out your significant levels. The main reason why you should mark out your significant levels, which is the support and resistance levels on your higher time frame, is that what? Those levels are not just there for design. Those levels have meaning. Those levels hold significant entry points for traders. Those levels are where the big boys in the market, where the big traders, where they have their money resting, where they have their limit orders resting. Are you following? That's where they have their limit orders resting. That's why you notice sometimes that why is it that immediately market touch this level, the trend just started buying. Market was just buying immediately touch this level. Just like we analyzed in our last class, we got a buy. We got a buy from here. We got a buy from here. Very sharp buy from here in our last analysis that we did live together. Our target was around here. The live class that we did together, we had the analysis, we had this analysis drawn up. And what happened? A lot of people will be wondering, why is it that immediately market came to that our entry point? Market just started buying. Market did not even reverse at all. Market did not even reverse at all. Why? It is simply because what? We entered at a significant level. We didn't just buy because we just wanted to buy. We bought at a significant level. And that's what makes a good trader. Your ability to identify where the big boys are in the market, to identify where the money is, to identify where there are limit orders. It's for the market to start buying immediately it got to this level. There are a lot of buyers, millions of buyers resting at this level. There are millions of buyers resting at this level that have their limit orders, even most majority of them sleeping, and they have millions of dollars actively at this position that once market taps into this area, get me in. I want to be buying immediately. And what? Immediately market tapped into that area. What happened? Market started spiking crazily to the top side. And that's exactly how you should trade. You should trade to identify all of these significant zones, all of these significant levels, and be able to enter at that level. And be able to enter at that level. You should be able to identify those significant levels and be able to do what? To enter at those levels, right? Are you following? So that's the main point. That's the main point of a trader, and that's what I actually want you guys to actually understand. That's what I want you to understand. So let me clear this off right now, and let's get straight to let's get straight to business. Like I said, we'll be drawing up a signal from here as well, and I'm going to show you how I'm actually going to do everything live. And the last class, some of the missing nuggets, I'm going to be throwing them at you today as well. So make sure you stick around to the end of this class and make sure you follow every instruction and pay attention to every drawing, every details on this chart, because the little detail that you see literally matters. They matter. They are not just there. This candlestick that you see, this red candlestick that you see before this market started buying, is not just there. This red candlestick that you see before the market started buying is not just there. It's past the message. It's past the message. And that's what we are supposed to be able to do as traders, to be able to read those messages. This red candle that you see right here passed what? A message. It passed the message. This green candlestick that follow passed the message. But it depends on your amount of sacrifice and your time with the chart for you to be able to understand all of these things, right? And that's what differentiates a good trader from a bad trader. Let's continue, guys, without further ado. So what are we doing on the 4 hours time frame? We are finally at the 4 hours time frame. What are we supposed to do? And these are your time frames. These are the time frames you should be using as a day trader. But as a swing trader, you use the yearly time frame, weekly time frame, monthly time frame, daily time frame for your analysis. And lastly, you come down to the 4 hours or 1 hour. I have some swing traders that use the 4 hours and 1 hour as their lowest time frame. But as a day trader, your lowest time frame should be the 15 minutes or 5 minutes. Most of the time I use just the 15 minutes, but if you are not able to get good confirmation on the 15 minutes, the 5 minute also passes message as well. So let's go straight to the point. Now, right here on the 4 hours time frame, what are we here to do? We are basically here to do what? Identify the trend of the market. And in order to identify the trend of the market, We are basically here to do two things: identify the trend of the market, one, and identify our support and resistance level. Let me get water real quick, please. Yeah. Okay. So let's continue. So we're basically here on the 4 hours time frame to do what? Identify the trend of the market and do what? Mark out our zones. Mark out these are things that you don't just learn immediately you watch it once. So if you are like you've taught us all of these things. These are market conditions change. The chart that we analyzed last time is not the same chart here, but you still have to use the same analysis, but different approach. You're able to identify some new things because each movement is actually passing a message, right? Each movement is passing a message. Each movement is passing a message. We have 4 people actually active on this live, and we have just one like. Try to like that button so that YouTube will actually recommend this video. We have just one person that like this chart, that like this video. Make sure you like. You don't just be here. Give an impact. Make sure you like this video so YouTube will actually recommend it to other people as well. That's the least sacrifice you can do. Thank you very much. Let's continue. So let's try to mark out our zones right here. And what are those zones we are trying to mark out? Our swing guys and our swing lows. And you can also call them the support and resistance zones, right? Try to mark out our support and resistance zones right here. And talking about support and resistance zones, we have some significant levels right here. We have significant levels, right? We have significant levels right here. And when you're marking out your zones, try to mark out the recent ones. Try to mark out the recent ones because if you are just marking out every zone you see on the chart, this right here is a zone, right? This right here is a zone. This is a resistance level that got broken, right? Our market hasn't come back to retest that level perfectly yet. It tested this one already. Okay, so this is a zone. This is also a zone. This also is zone, right? This also right here is a zone. This is the I. This is a I. The market broke right to the top side. The market has given a retest already. This also is zone. But why am I saying mark out the recent ones? In order not to bombard your chart with too many drawings. That's why I said you have to mark out the recent ones. Try as much as possible to mark out just the recent ones, at least about 3 recent ones. Yeah, let me give you that principle. The 3 recent ones. Just mark out the 3 recent ones and follow suit with them. Mark out the 3 recent ones. So let's start. Which recent one do we have? Let's go back to the 4 hours time frame and try to mark out our new broken eyes. So this right here is the latest broken eye. This is the last broken eye. This is the highest point, right? This is the highest point as of this is the highest point that markets broke recently. This is the highest point that market broke recently. Am I correct? If I'm correct, let me see your yes in the comment section. If I'm correct, this is the last highest point that market broke. If I'm correct, comment section. And if I'm wrong, let me see no. If I'm correct, let me see your yes in the comment section. I said this is the last highest point that the market broke. So if I'm correct, let me see your yes in the comment section. So if I'm wrong, I actually go back to Lenny. Let me just know if you're actually on the same page. If I'm correct with that zone, let me see your yes in the comment section. Let me see your yes. Okay, Robots, you're welcome, man. So I can see yes already. I can see yes already. Okay, so let's continue. Let's continue. Okay, I'm seeing another yes. Active, active. Okay, okay. So this is the recent. This also a recent low, right? This is the recent high the market broke. This is the highest points the market has broken recently. Now let's go right here as well. This was the high that we traded the last time. If you were in the last class, this was the high that we traded the last time. This was the high that we traded the last time that we were expecting a break and retest. We got the break and we traded the retest, right? We traded the retest, and the retest was what gave us that profit that we had the last class. If you were active, yeah, the yes was what gave us the last. The yes was what gave us. The yes was what the retest was what gave us the what's it called? The retest was what gave us our profit the last time. The retest was what gave us our profit the last time, right? So let's continue. The retest was what gave us our profit last time. Now we have another significant. I said try to mark out 3 recent ones. Now let's go down to the 1 hour time frame. Let's go down to the 1 hour time frame. Let's go down to the 1 hour time frame. Now for now, I would like to remove this one and just focus on this one. And we have another one right here. This also a recent high the market broke. This is the highest point the market has gotten to as of Thursday, and on Friday we had a break, right? We had a break, right? We had a break of that level on Friday. We had a break of this level on Friday. Now this is on the 1 hour time frame. I've been able to analyze all these things. Now which other highest point? Now market is currently at this high. Market is currently at this high. Let me go down to the 4 hours. I want to make this chart simple for you to actually see, so it won't be difficult for you to understand everything going on. Yeah. So we are currently at this high level. Market is currently at this high right here. Market is currently at this high right here, right? And what I'm actually expecting, I'll be expecting to see some reactions, some corrections rather. I'll be expecting to see some corrections because at every resistance level, if not broken, if it hasn't, if that resistance level has not been broken, if that resistance level is not yet broken to the top side, there will be sellers resting at that level. There will be a lot of people wanting to sell at every resistance level. And just like this, the basic simple rule in trading is what? Like I've taught you guys. What's the basic simple rule? Simple trading rule. Simple trading rule. What's it? Sell from the high and do what? Buy from the low. Now, if you have this at the back of your mind, it's actually going to save you a lot of stress. If you have this simple rule at the back of your mind, I promise you it's going to save you a lot of stress and a lot of errors that you actually make in trading. A lot of errors that you make is definitely going to save you a lot of errors. It's going to save you a lot of mistakes that you make in trading. If you have this at the back of your mind, that you have to buy when the market is low. Now, let's make this trading rule. Let's make this trading rule make sense now. They are selling biscuits for 1,000, and somebody told you that in the next 2 hours they are going to sell that biscuit for 500. Will you buy that biscuit now? Let me see your answer. Will you buy that biscuit when it is high at 1,000, when you know that it's still coming back to 500? Will you buy that biscuit? Let me see your answer. I actually want to relate it to this same market structure. I want to relate it to this market condition. I want it to make sense to you. Exactly. Jesse Prosper. Jesse Prosper said no. Exactly. Why the hell will I buy a biscuit for 1,000? Why the hell will I buy a biscuit for $1,000 when I know that it's still coming back to 500? That should be the mentality you should be holding. And that is one reason why you should never buy when the price is already high. But instead, you wait for what? You will wait patiently. Jesse Prosper, well done. And this actually shows that what? This actually shows that you've been following. This shows that you've been following everything that we've been doing. You wait patiently. And Jesse Prosper has always been consistent. So, and that's actually very good. And you will know when you are consistent, you will know, you will sound different. You wait patiently. Just wait for the price to come down to another what? Good level for you to actually enter. Sharp. Nana Yao said no. So you feel me? So that's the thing. That's the point. And that's the same thing. That's the same reason why you shouldn't just buy here. You shouldn't just buy here. You shouldn't just buy here. You wait for market to do what? To reject a bit, to become lower. You wait for the price to become lower before you buy. Because if you buy, it's too expensive. And it's not like you have millions of dollars for you to trade. It's not like you have millions of dollars. Do you understand? Even Trump cannot afford to buy when it is expensive. He waits for what? For the price to come down a bit. You wait patiently. Now let's continue. Let's continue immediately. Let's continue. Sharp. Let's continue. So what are we expected to do? When we've been able to mark out our zones and our levels right here, we've been able to mark out 3 recent ones that are actually very, very much significant. Now you mark out your next target. This is the highest point. This is the current target. This is the current next high that we're expecting market to buy up to, right? If this market is going to continue buying, we're definitely going to be targeting this high. we're definitely going to be targeting this high right here. We're definitely going to be targeting this high. So if this market start buying, we're definitely going to be targeting this high, right? So let's start our analysis immediately. I'm here, David Sharp. I see you, man. I see you, David. So let's continue. Let's continue. And if you have any friend that actually wants to learn this kind of thing, make sure to add them up and let's gain value together. Active, right? So we've been able to mark out these levels, right? Once you've been able to mark out your levels like this, what's the next thing you should actually be focusing on? Let's go down to the 1 hour time frame. Let's go down to the 1 hour time frame. Let's go down to the 1 hour time frame. Now, what are we expecting? Now, on the 1 hour time frame, I'm actually seeing another significant level. Which is this right here, right? This right here. It's also what? A significant resistance level. It's also a recent one. Significant resistance level that what? Markets broke to the top side. Market gave a retest, but at the point where market was giving that retest, it didn't come back to retest this one. It didn't come back to retest this one. Instead, it came back to retest that our point of interest. That our point of interest. And that was why we were able to bank that trade. If you have been following with you'll be missing a lot if you are not on our Telegram channel. You are actually missing a lot because I'm actually dropping a lot of trading nugget on that on Telegram channel. And if you actually follow through with the Nasdaq trade I sent on Friday, and I said it should close at break even, that trade went in profit and started spiking back. And why did I say it should close earlier? Due to what I was saying, the action, the price movement, and that's the difference between a price action trader. A price action trader does what? You pay attention to every price movement. You pay attention to significant price movement, and you know what you're actually looking for in the market, right? You know what you're looking for in the market. You know what you're looking for in the market. Now that I've been able to mark out our significant highs that we're actually expecting reactions from, our significant. Now, when this is a resistance level, right? Am I correct? This is a resistance level, right? This also right here is a resistance level that got broken and became a support, right? We're expecting market to do what? To come back to this level and make this resistance. By the time market comes back to this level, what does this level becomes? This resistance level automatically becomes what? Support. And what are we saying? Buy from the low. What's the low in forex trading? The low in forex trading is reversed to as what? Support. If you were following the support and resistance level class, if you were in the support and resistance level class I taught you guys, I said support is the floor, right? In your room. And resistance is the what? Ceiling. There's no way you'll be jumping. Once your head hits that ceiling, you're definitely coming back to the floor, right? So we need the market is currently at the ceiling. And if market falls back, which might not happen, because market might break this level, give a retest at that level, and continue the movement to the top side. And you what? You automatically know what next to do, right? Now, if market comes back to this floor right here, if market comes back to this floor, what's it coming to do? To gain momentum. Once it gains momentum from this floor, right? After doing some push up and gathering a lot of money of buyers that are resting at this level, what's market going to do? Continue the movement to the top side, and you can't just enter immediately. Market gets to that level. That's where candlesticks comes in. You study the candlestick reactions. You study the rejections that happen at that level. When you're able to see candlestick rejections at that level, what do? You buy immediately. You start buying, right? You start buying once you see some candlestick rejections at that level. That's when you're actually going to do what? To start buying. Are you following, guys? That's when you're actually going to start buying. So now let me clear this off. And what are we expecting in this trade? I'm basically giving you some insights. You might think the class is slow, but I'm telling you all of these things are very, very important things in trading that you actually have to pay attention to. They are very, very important things in trading that you have to pay attention to. They are not just there. Every reaction you see in the market actually has a meaning. If you are still on this live class, make sure you like this live. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you like this video. So YouTube is actually going to recommend it to more people that actually need to learn more of these things as well. Thank you. So let's continue. Once we've been able to identify one of these levels, what is the next call of action? What is the next thing? What else are we supposed to do? Been able to identify our trend that we're what? Strongly bullish. We are strongly bullish. And why do we know that we're bullish? Why do we know that we're bullish? We're having series of what? Higher highs. We're having series of higher highs. we had a pattern form here. We had a break. We had a higher low. We had an higher high, right? We had another higher low, right? Now we have an higher high. In order for the bullish trend to continue, what do we need to see? We need to see market come to create what? Another higher low. And that higher low has to be lower than this previous one. Anything that makes market break below this last low right here, this last higher low right here, then there's a problem. There's no problem actually, but it simply means that what? Market is gradually changing its structure from bullish trend to what? Bearish trend. And if you don't understand all these parts, you need to go and watch the trend video that we have on YouTube. Watch the trend YouTube video, repeat it yourself, watch it very well, and do what? You'll be able to identify what's actually going on. Now, if you want to identify a bullish trend, just like we are doing right here, we're having series of higher highs and higher lows, and that's automatically shifting our mental, shifting our psychologies that what? Market is strongly bullish. The buyers are strongly in the market. We have more people that are pulling money into buys. They are buying gold. We have more people buying gold than the sellers, and automatically you should be doing what? You imagine now, you as a let's say you are a $5,000 trader. You have $5,000. You have a capital of 5,000 trader, and because you have a capital of 5,000 trader, you think you can move the market. Now you see that the market is strongly buying. You are like, what? I want to sell. No, I have 5,000. At least I have $5,000. I should be able to move the market. Who the hell are you with just $5,000? How much is $5,000 compared to billions of trillions, millions and trillions of dollars that are actually in the market? So if you are selling, you're actually doing the wrong thing. And they're actually, and there's another rule in trading, which is we buy to sell and we sell to buy. Now, what does that mean? A professional trader that knows that market might sell up to this level, right? To be on the safer side, you'll be waiting to actually get on the buy when you start seeing rejections. And even markets might not come to this level until you start buying. But if market is going to still continue buying aggressively, it's going to give you another pattern within all this area. I'm telling you, seriously. From this movement, if market just comes to this level without even getting to that level, if it comes to this level, if it's going to buy from there, you'll be seeing actions. The price will talk. Market speaks only if you listen enough. Markets really do speak. Market speaks only if you listen enough. Do you understand? So that's where price action actually comes in. That's why you actually have to what? Pay attention to details. Pay attention to every movement in the market, because they don't just exist. They actually pass what? A meaning. They actually mean something. Are you with me? Now let's continue. Now you know the market is strongly bullish. We've been able to identify our last higher high. We've been able to identify our recent high that got broken. We've been able to identify our higher low. Now we're expecting market to create a new what? Higher low and sell when the price is lower. If you buy, imagine you start buying at 3,450 right here, and somebody is telling you that market is still coming back to 3,422. Is it because you have money? That's why you want to buy when the price is already high. Just like I used the example of, let's say Lamborghini, for example. You want to buy Lamborghini, and they are telling you that Lamborghini currently, let's say for example, Lamborghini is not yet up to $400,000 though. But let's say for example, Lamborghini is $400,000 currently. Let's say currently Lamborghini is okay. Let me just use the real price. I think currently Lamborghini is $350,000. So Lamborghini is $350,000, and somebody is telling you that in the next 1 hour, Lamborghini price is coming down to $200,000. Are you going to buy? Are you going to buy at $350,000? Are you actually going to buy at $350,000? I need your answers, please. Are you going to buy at $350,000? Probably we have some Pablos here. We have some rich people here that might want to buy even when the price is already high. Are you going to buy? Are you going to buy at that level? I need your answers, please. Are you going to buy at that level when you know that okay, somebody's telling you that the owner of Lamborghini is telling you that just like market will speak for itself, just like market. Thank you. No, I'm saying no. The owner of Lamborghini is telling you that in the next 1 hour, currently Lamborghini is $350,000. In the next 1 hour, we are reducing the price of Lamborghini to $200,000. And you're like, no, 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 I don't want, man. I don't want. I have $350,000. I'm going to buy now. Then that person is automatically what? A fool, right? Even if he has the money, it doesn't make any sense, right? Because human being, we have to be what? We have to be what? Very, very calculative. We have to be very, very calculative. You can't act irrationally. You have to be rational in your decisions, right? So let's continue. Let's continue. So we're expecting market to do what? Come back lower. Now, market might not. We have two significant levels, right? We have two significant levels. We have two significant levels, which is this level right here. If we have a break of this level to the downside, the market might come back to start buying from this level. Market might come back to start buying from this level. Now, some people might be like, should be we have too low. We have too low, right? We have more than too low. Why can't market just come to this level and start buying instead of coming low to this other one? Now, don't get me wrong. Market might come to this level right here. That's why I said market doesn't necessarily have to reach this level. Market might come to this level as long as you see your confirmation. You're seeing your pin back candlestick. You're seeing your patterns in the market. You're seeing inverse head and shoulder pattern at this level, right? You're seeing inverse head and shoulder pattern at this level. You're seeing market creating a new higher low, and you see the highs getting broken on the lower time frame. Then you automatically have to do what? To enter, right? But I feel market might definitely at this level, market might sweep the buyers at this level. If market doesn't buy from this level and you see a bearish engulfing candle break this level to the downside, automatically what? Market is going to come back to buy from this level, from this next significant resistance level that is automatically becoming what? A support. That's automatically becoming what? A support. And immediately market taps into this area, it doesn't mean immediately it enters that area, you just buy. You have to start seeing some candlestick corrections. That's why you have to be able to understand your candlestick very well. Understand your pin bar. When you start seeing pin bar, you start seeing pin bar candlesticks. You start seeing the uh the tail. Those that were in our candlestick class, they will understand what I'm saying. You see the tail weak, gaining more pressure, gaining momentum, quite longer, very, very long. Or immediately market get to this level, you see your bullish engulfing candle, one bullish engulfing candle come up. It's giving you signs that what? I'm about to buy. I'm about to buy. That's market talking to you already. And you do what? You stack your lot size. You stack your lot size. You stack your lot size. You stack your lot size immediately. Immediately, right? You stack your lot size immediately. So for gold, I'm simply what? Expecting markets to, let me remove this now. For gold, I'm simply expecting a buy from this level. Me personally, I'm expecting a buy from this level. I'm expecting a buy from this level. But if market comes to this level right here, if market comes to this level right here, and I'm able to see some potentials from this level right here, because definitely market is going to correct, right? Market is going to correct. Now, although there are a lot of people that say market overbought, market does this, market did that, just follow the trend. Just follow the trend. To avoid yourself from a lot of headache in this forex trading, because if you go on YouTube, you see a lot of, and the thing about this strategy is it's very, very simple to understand. Only if you are paying attention. It's very, very simple to understand. It's nothing complicating. It's not complicating at all. And I tried as much as possible to, and all of these things that I try to like make very simple for you guys, there are things that I learned from different angles. A lot that I paid for, right? A lot that I learned that I paid for as well. A lot that I learned and I paid for as well, right? Do you understand what I'm saying? So, but I had to like do what? So the thing about trading is you have to be able to get a strategy that fits your lifestyle, that is easy for you to trade with. You don't have to start using complicated strategy of drawing something like this. You see something like this, you are just drawing anything, anyhow on the charts. You don't even understand what you are drawing. It's not until you start using indicators. Indicator is good. Now I'm not discussing. I'm not saying any. I'm not saying anything bad about indicator. Indicator is very good as long as you understand it very well, right? As long as you understand it. As long as you understand it. I just feel convenient trading just pure price action because what? It fits my lifestyle. It fits my lifestyle. It's simple for me to understand, and that's how you should trade as well. Now, when market is coming close to this area, for those that might be asking, when market is coming close to this area, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? When you see market coming close to your point of interest, now this right here, I call it POI, right? This right here is my point of interest. This is where I'm expecting to get in. Now let me mark this. Let me type something right here. POI. POI, right? POI, point of interest. When you see market coming close to your point of interest, what do? Go down to the 15 minutes time frame. Go down to the 15 minutes time frame. Go down to the 15 minutes time frame. And what do you do on the 15 minutes time frame? You start to study. You start to study what's going on. You start to study what's going on. Just like we had in our last chart, the last let me use the example of the last trade that we had. Let me use the example of the last trade that we had. For those that might be wondering, when price comes to the 15 minutes time frame, how do I know that market want to start buying or want to start doing this, want to start doing that? Let me make that simple for you now. I remember our last chart was right here. We had a buy set up right here. I think we had it right here. I don't know, but the buy was so sharp. It was so sharp. Let me go back to the 1 hour time frame. I want to be able to get that level right. The last buy that we had, okay. The last buy that we had was right here. Uh, the last buy that we had was right here. The last buy that we had was right here. Exactly. So I've been able to identify that level. The last buy that we had was right here. Exactly. The last buy that we had, this buy, if you can remember, who was in the last who saw this analysis? Who was in the last class that we had this analysis? If you were in the last class that we had this analysis, can I see those fire emojis? If you were in the last class that we did this analysis live together on YouTube, can I see your fire emoji? If you were in the last class and did this analysis live and you remembered the analysis, can I see your fire emoji, please? If you were in the last class and we did this analysis live together, I want to share why I want to share. I'll go down to the 15 minutes time frame and analyze why you should have bought immediately market got to that level. So if you were in the last class that we had live on YouTube where we did this analysis, I don't just want to be here forming like we got something right or not. If you were here with me, the last class that we did this analysis, let me see your fire emoji. Let me see your fire emoji. I want to actually share the insight, the entry insights behind that trade. I want to share the entry insight behind that trade, the entry insights behind that trade with you. If you were in the last class where we did this analysis live, let me see your fire emoji, please. Since you guys are inactive, if you were in the last class where we did this live analysis, this buy that I have marked up right here. If you remember the last class that I sent on our Telegram channel and on WhatsApp, our WhatsApp group, if you were in the last class where we did this analysis live together, send your fire emoji. I need your fire emoji. Okay, Jesse proper. You later watched it. Yeah. Okay. But was it the same thing? Was it the same analysis? Let me know if it was the same analysis. Let me know if it was the same analysis that. But did you see the before and after? Did you see the before and after? But wasn't you weren't active? Okay, but do you see the before and after? Were you able to understand the concept behind the buy? Like, did you see the trade? Was it the same thing that we analyzed? Let me just put it that way. Was it the same thing that we analyzed? Was it the same thing that we analyzed? Just give me your fire emoji if it was the same thing that we analyzed. Let me just continue. If you want to know about that, you can easily check the Telegram channel. The Telegram channel, if you check the description of this live class, just go to the downside. You see the link to the Telegram channel, Non-Star FX, Non-Star Forex. You see there, so you can easily do. Okay, yeah, nice. Jesse Prosper said yeah, so you can see. So I actually want to go down to the 15 minutes time frame. I just want to go down to the 15 minutes time frame to analyze it. I don't want to rely back on previous win. I just want to go back to the 15 minutes time frame to analyze uh, when price was coming back to that level. Now, imagine you saw that analysis, right? You saw the analysis, and you are now and you have your level marked out. This was the level. I just erased the level again. Let me let me put back the level. Okay, the level is back there. So let's go back to the 15 minutes time frame. So this was the level. This was the level that we have marked up in our last class. This was the level right here. I'm talking of this one right here. This was the level right here. For those that are actually not getting it, this was the level right here. Let me make this red. to actually be more thicker. I want to make this red. Talking of the style, okay, I want to make it red. Exactly. So this was the level right here. This was the level that we have marked up. Now on the 15 minutes time frame, what did you know? What did you notice on the 15 minutes time frame? The market give. That's why you should understand your candlestick pattern. See what happened. Let me adjust this a bit. See what happened. Immediately market got to that level on the 15 minutes time frame. Market was selling, it was selling, it was selling. See this green candlestick. It gave a bullish engulfing candlestick. It gave a bullish engulfing candlestick that took up what? That took out the last three. That took out the last three candles. That took out the last three candles. And automatically that's shifting your mental framework that what market is ready to start buying. Man, market, can you see this bullish engulfing candle? This one, I'm talking of this one right here. See this bullish engulfing candle. See the way the bullish engulfing candle just came up. And what did it do? What did the bullish engulfing candle do? See this one this one I have marked up right here. What did it do? It took the body of this bullish engulfing alone took over, overshadowed the last three candlestick. It engulfed. That candlestick engulfed the last three candlestick. And automatically that's giving you what? The clue that what? The buyers are in the market. Market is, market is ready to buy. Right? Market is ready to buy. So I need to do what? I need to start buying. I need to start getting ready to buy. And immediately it's closed. Imagine you enter your buy from here. You enter your buy immediately after the close of that candlestick, and you just set your what? You set your what? Your stop loss a bit below, and you target that high that we're targeting in our last class. Remember the high we're targeting? I think that high was this last one that got broken, or this one. Let's say this one for example. Let's say this one. We targeted more than this. For those that were active, we targeted even more than this. If you check, just check the replay. I don't need to talk too much. Just check the replay of the last. Yeah, exactly. JC Prosper. He said, yeah, bullish engulfing candle. Exactly. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So immediately you saw that bullish engulfing candle, you start buying. And imagine the stop loss on gold. Imagine that stop loss below the last, below. That's how you set your stop loss and your take profit. You set your stop loss at a level. Don't just put your stop loss anywhere. You set your stop loss at a level where you know that if market breaks below this level, automatically what? There's possibility that market is no longer going to do what I want it to do. That's how you set your stop loss. Now, if you set your stop loss below this level, okay, let's say you even give your stop loss breathing space and you target about 50 pips stop loss. Let's say you target 50 pips stop loss. Let's say you were not even confident and you targeted 50 pips stop loss. With this 50 pips stop loss, you're targeting this new high. You're targeting 160 pips. And this giving you 3 to 1, over 3 to 1 risk to reward. And if you're able to get this kind of setups, even if you take 10 trade and you're able to come up with 3 to 1 risk to reward trade and you're able to hit your take profit, if you're able to get 4 trades and you lose 10 trades, you're still going to be in profit overall. Do you understand? That's the power of risk to reward. I'll be explaining more on risk to reward in our risk management class. I don't know when that will be, but by God's grace, God willing, when I'm chanced, we're actually going to have that class as well. So look, I just came to give you our entry format, our entry confirmation, our entry pattern confirmation, right? Our entry, I'm actually seeing something else as well that we could have entered with, right? Even if we didn't enter at that point, I'm seeing something else we could have entered with. We could have waited for this red candlestick that ended up as a doji, right? Or even waited for this, right? But just do what? Make sure you are entering at the proper level. Now, somebody entered the market late and he was telling me, can he still get into the trade? And what did I tell him? And I think market was in profit as of this area. Market was in profit up to this point as of when he sent the message to me. He said, can he still get in the market? I first said no. I now went back to my charts. When I went back to my charts, I noticed this significant resistance level right here. And what did I tell him to do? I told him that you can enter when market retests this level. And to get a retest of this level, you could have easily done what? Go back to your 5 minutes time frame. This is where 5 minutes time frame plays in. See on the 5 minutes time frame, what did you see? What do you see that happened on the 5 minutes time frame? What do you see that happened on the 5 minutes time frame? You see a break, right? You see a break, right? And what do you see? A retest. A retest. a retest at this level, and what? Continuation of the buy move. Continuation of the buy. So the person that gave the signal as well was able to enter. I didn't even later ask though, but if it was if he actually followed through with the signal and he followed through with the instruction, he could have gotten in again from here. And buying again from here, what do? Set your stop loss below this level. Or to be on the safer side, you can set it below this level because market might come back to retest this level. And let's say you're targeting 50 pips as well. Let's say okay, right here we're able to get about 40 something pips. Let's say 40 pips, right? Perfect 40 pips. And let's say even targeted the same take profit as us. It's targeting about 91 pips right here. It's targeting about 91 pips. And we have about 2.2 rigs to reward, over 2.1 rigs to reward, over 2 rigs to reward, meaning that it's risking one and it's getting more than two. It's risking $2. Let's say it's risking $100 in this trade. It's getting what? It's getting $200. It's getting more than $200. It's risking $1,000. It's getting about, let's say, $2,200 exactly. It's getting $2,200, and that's exactly how you should be trading. That's exactly how you should be trading. Do you understand the whole concept now? Do you understand the whole concept now? If you have any question, start typing it down in the chat box. And so basically, this is what we're expecting on gold. For me, I'm expecting a retest of this level. I'm expecting a corrections to this level, and my stop loss is still very minimal. I'm using just 45 pips stop loss right here. Let's say I want to give my stop loss some breathing space. I target about 50 pips right here. Perfect. I'm targeting 50 pips right here, and I'll be targeting where the current market is, the highest point that market has gotten to presently. The highest point that market has gotten to presently. And if I'm targeting this highest point that market has gotten to presently, it's giving me about more than, see, that makes in this trade, if I'm risking $1,000 on this trade, you can see over six, more than 6.1 risks to reward, more than 6.1 risks to reward in this trade. That means if I'm risking $1,000 on this trade, if I'm risking $1,000 on this trade, I'll be making $6,200 on this trade. I'm giving you a perfect example now because of this risk to reward ratio. Can you see right here? We have risk to reward ratio. I'm risking 50 pips to catch how many pips? To catch 320 pips. I'm risking 50 pips to catch 320 pips. I'm risking 50 pips to catch what? 320 pips. And that's exactly how you should be trading. And this is very, very realistic. I'm telling you. Now, you see markets coming up to this level, markets brought up to this level, you can start securing some profit, right? You can start securing some of your profits. And even market getting up to this level is even more than is even more than 2.1 rigs to reward. Let's say from our entry point right here, market got to this level. See, market got to this level. This is how many pips profits. See, 120 pips, and we are risking just 50. So even with this small profit already, that we have already secured part of our profit, we have gotten what? More than times two of our risk. We have gotten more than times two of what we are risking. Are you following? We've gotten more than times two of what we're actually risking. And that is exactly how you should be trading. That's exactly how you should be trading. That's exactly how you should be trading. So screenshot this chart right here. Make sure you screenshot this chart. Screenshot this chart right now. Screenshot this chart right now. Screenshot this chart right now. Screenshot this chart and follow through with this chart. Follow through with this chart. Screenshot this chart. Follow through with this chart, and let's take this signal together tomorrow. Let's take this signal together tomorrow. And if I actually get some, now you'll be wondering why can't we sell since we know the market is going to buy at this level? That means why can't we start selling from here? The thing is, it's actually better to do what? To follow the trend of the market, because you can start selling from here. You see markets come up to this level and continue buying, and you start crying and you'll be like, why didn't I wait? Why wasn't I patient? So it's actually very much better to be patient. And for you to, you're actually going to get to a level where you're actually going to be capturing these reversals as well. Where you're actually going to be capturing reversals. But I can tell you it's better to trade impulsive move instead of trading corrections. But I know professionals that actually trade corrections as well. But you need to be very good to trade corrections. I trade corrections sometimes too, but I need to see some confluences in this area before I will be able to trade it. Do you understand? I need to see real market condition. I need to see market. Let's say for example, I see market break this level. This is the last swing low. I see market break this level, and I get a retest of this level. I get a retest of this level, and I'm seeing rejections that market is still going to sell. I can do what? Scalp the sell up to this level, right? But it's better to do what? Follow the trend, follow where the impulsive move is, because markets can be very crazy, right? Markets can be very crazy. You can see market do something like this. Immediately you go to this level, you started selling, and you see what markets buy up to this level again. Immediately markets buy, you think market has overbought, right? You think market has overbought. You'll be surprised to see market start selling back to that your entry point. And what? Continuation. There was a time I analyzed a trade. There's a time I analyzed a trade. Okay, I'm saying JC Prosper said exactly, sir. I wanted to ask. Exactly. If you have any questions, start typing your question now. Start typing your question now. So it's better to do what? Trade the trend. Trade where the strength is. Yeah, let me put it that way. Where the strength is, where the momentum is. The momentum is on the buy, and all of these things you are going to be seeing. You are going to be seeing a lot of consolidation, consolidating market. You'll be seeing the market moving slowly. You see the market move fast, but what? It's still correcting. And you need to be what? Very, very patient. Very, very patient. If you are patient with gold, you'll be able to get at least 1 to 2 entry a day. Sniper entries, sniper entries, sniper entries, right? Sniper entries. Now to trade all these kind of things, like I told you, I've explained how to trade the corrections, but I will still advise you it's better to trade where the power is, where the strength is, where the strength is. But one day, probably, we have NFP coming up on Friday. I'll be trading NFP on Friday live together. I'll be trading the news live with you guys on Friday. Hopefully, I pray I'm free that day. I pray I'm actually chance to actually I'll be available on chat, but I pray I actually have the ability to come live. Like I pray I'm actually chance to come live. So if I'm free to come live, uh, probably we'll be able to make some reasonable profits together that day on Friday. Stay active, NFP news incoming. Let's trade the NFP together and invite your friends. If you're not on the Telegram, you're doing it the wrong way. Make sure you're on the Telegram channel. Now, if you have any peer, if you understand up to this point, let me see your fire emoji. Let me see your fire emoji. Bombard me with those fire emoji. Bombard me with those fire emoji. And if you actually love everything I've been doing so far, I don't see any reason why you shouldn't share this with somebody else that also need help with trading. And also send those feedback. Send your feedbacks to me as well, because those feedbacks are things that actually make me keep going, right? They are things that actually make me do all these things. We have more than one person on this live, and we have just one person actively responding. You are doing it the wrong way. You can't just be here gaining knowledge without participating actively. If you're active on this chart, let me see your fire emoji. If you understand up to this point. Now, if there's any pair you want me to trade live with you guys right now, if there's any pair that you want me to analyze with you, because this strategy doesn't just work on gold, it works on all pairs, all pairs. If there's any currency pair that you actually trade that is disturbing you, or you don't understand the movement, send it, type it right now. Let's trade it in the next 17 minutes. We're actually ending this live call. So if there's any currency pair that you trade but you don't understand the move, or is giving you some problem, just send it right here. Let's try to trade it together. Okay, I'm seeing one already. GBP USD and GBP JPY. Let me see somebody else. I need at least 2 people before actually responding to that. GBP USD. Okay, Rachel active. If there's any pair, Rachel, if there's any pair that you or anyone on this chat, if there's any pair, only JC Prosper has replied so far. If there's any pair that you want us to trade live together, if there's any pair you want us to trade or analyze for you that you've been having difficulty with, send it to the chat right now. I'm only going to be able to take one based on our time. We actually have just 16 minutes more before we end this class. I don't want this class to reach 2 hours. I just want at most 1 hour 30 minutes and we're done. So in the next 16 minutes, we're actually going to end this call. So if there's any pair that you're having problem with, that you think you don't understand properly, just send it to the chat. Send it to the chat box. I'm expecting that in the next 60 seconds. The next 60 seconds, type in any chat or any question that you have, any question you have at all. Any question you have at all. Any question you have at all. Send in your questions. Send in your questions. If there's anything you don't understand so far, just send in your question. And I've gotten one already.
Who is that?
I've gotten one already. GBP USD and GBP. I'm expecting response. Let me open GBP. JC Prosper. Okay, I wanted to just choose one out of GBP USD and GBP JPY because I don't think we'll be able to have time to analyze both unless you want me to analyze it professionally. But that won't take time. I won't have to dig deep. I'll just explain it real quick for you. If not, just send one. Okay, GBP JPY. Okay, good, good. So let me open my GBP JPY chart real quick. Let me open my GBP JPY chart. Let me open my GBP JPY chart. I'm trying to open my GBP JPY chart. So we're ending this class in the next few minutes. In the next few minutes, make sure you hang around. Don't leave this class until you are done. There are a lot of values because GBP JPY has actually been giving some movement lately through. But I think I checked the charts and if you can see my GBP JPY charts, let me see those. Let me see your type one in the chat box. If you can see my GBP JPY chart, type one in the chat box. Type one in the chat box. If you can see my GBP JPY charts. You can see my GBP JPY charts. Type one in the chat box. If you can see my GJ. If you can see my GJ charts, type one in the chat box. Okay. Okay. A lot of newbie traders are actually complaining about what's it called? They're actually complaining about they complain about what's it called? They complain about gold, that they don't like trading gold, they don't like doing this. If you necessarily don't have to trade gold, just make sure you understand the pair you're trading, any pair you want to trade. But our strategy actually works on all pairs. Now for GBP JPY, robot slab active. Uh, after this class, I actually want you guys to send your reviews of how this training went. I want you to send your reviews to me, please, on WhatsApp. Please send your review to me on how this class, on whether you gain something meaningful from this class. So let's do this real quick. For GJ, it is obvious that GJ has been doing more of consolidations. Because for market to be doing like this, even on the daily time frame, so crazy. So it has been doing a lot of consolidations, right? It has been doing a lot of consolidation. I always say we need to be in line with the big boys. It was actually ranging throughout last week, sir. GJ. JC Prosper is saying it was actually ranging throughout last week, sir. DJ, yeah. But I think last week DJ gave like some bearish move to the downside, like it broke the ranging market to the downside. But let me just start with daily time frame. Let me just start with daily time frame. So what are we looking for on the daily time frame right here? My name as usual, non-star FX. Okay. So what are we looking forward to doing on the daily time frame? On the daily time frame, we can see currency that what we have this significant high. The market is finding it so hard to break. We have this significant high. The market is finding it so hard to break. And I can tell you, if GJ is able to break this level, if GJ is able to break this significant high with great momentum and it gives a retest, GJ is definitely going to buy up to this level. It's going to buy up to this next significant level, right? It's going to buy up to this next significant level. That's about 800 pips. Crazy. That's for swing traders. It's going to buy up to this significant level. Now let's do this analysis. On daily time frame, you can see market ranging between that zone, right? Now on the daily time frame, what are we seeing? What are we seeing actually? We can see on the daily time frame that what market is still strongly bullish, right? But market is basically facing hesitations of the sellers that are resting at this zone. They are facing the hesitations of the sellers that are resting at this zone, and that's why market is currently trending to the downside. But we are able to get a break of this level to the top side. We're basically going to be seeing some retest that might be happening on the 15 minute or 1 hour time frame, or we're going to be seeing continuation on the buying move to the top side, right? Are you following? So let's go down to the 4 hours time frame without wasting our time, and try to mark out our significant zones. DJ has been consolidating a lot. Now, how do I mark out my consolidation zones? I try to mark out consolidations with tools like this. Oh, shit, this person almost disrupted the network. If you can hear me, type one in the chat box. If you can hear me now, I think I had a little glitch in the network. If you can hear me, type one in the chat box. I want to be sure you guys are following. I don't just want to be here talking. So we're actually analyzing GJ at the moment because JC Prosper said he was having problem with GJ. So now let's do the analysis for GJ and look at what it should be expected. I actually trade GJ sometimes too, but I prefer to trade GJ when the market is trending and when the market is trending rather when I see real volatility, because GJ, if GJ is actually trending as well, it tends to have volatility. GJ also tends to be quite volatile. Robert is saying he can't see the charts. Try refreshing your network. Try refreshing your network, Robert. Lottie. Try refreshing your network. Is there any other person that can see the charts? If you can see the charts, just let me know, please, before I continue. If you can see the charts, let me know. Just type one in the chat box if you can see the charts before I continue. Type one in the chat box if you can see the charts, so I will know whether it is Robert Lottie network that is actually having a little problem or whether it is at my end right here. Right? So type one means can't see your screen. Me too, I can't see. Jesse Prosper is also saying he can't see it, so that means there's a problem then. There's a problem then. Let me try sharing it again. Let me try sharing my screen again. Okay. Can you see my chart now? Can you see my chart now? Let me know if you can see my chart now. I just canceled this and I started sharing again. Let me know if you can see my chart now. Let me know if you can see my chart now, please. Let me know if you can see my chart now before we continue. Can you see my chart now? Yeah, okay. I'm saying yes. I'm saying yes. Can see now. Sharp, sharp, sharp. Well done, guys. Well done, guys. Let's continue. So on GJ, we've been able to see that what market has been consolidating for a while now. Market has been seriously consolidating, but we were able to identify that what the trend of the market is still strongly bullish. The overall trend of the market is strongly bullish, right? The overall trend of the market is strongly bullish. But for GJ, my best advice for you if you want to trade this GJ, now let me go down to the 1 hour first. Let me go down to the 1 hour before I say anything. Now see what's happened on GJ right here. See what happened on GJ. Market was consolidating. Market was consolidating. At the point where it was consolidating, what happened? Uh, it broke the consolidation to the downside, and this was a fake out. But the fake out tend to come and retest this level right here, and we had a movement to the top side. I took this buy. I took this buy that happened around this area, and I took this sell that happened around this area. This sell. That was the last time I traded GJ. If you want to see the charts, I can easily send the charts to you. But I took the buy. I took this buy, and I took this sell that happened at this level right here. But more of this sell, I think I have the one for this sell, the before and after of this sell. So in case you want to see the chart, and what happened, we saw some rejections. We saw a pattern form at this level. So we saw a pattern form at that level. I need to cancel this. We saw a pattern form at this level. We saw a break of this pattern. Now what happened? Market came back to retest that level and did what? Continued the movement to the top side. That was a W pattern. And continued the movement to the top side. That's also one of the confluence I use in trading. And continued the movement to the top side. Rachel is also saying I can see it now. Nice, 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 nice. Well done, Rachel. So what's happening right here? What's happening right here? Now let's try to mark out our significant levels on GJ. Let's try to mark out our significant level. Even though we're having more of consolidations, let's try to mark out our significant levels. Now, our significant level, the significant level I can see on GJ right here, we have this one. We have this one because the ones at the top right here are more of consolidations. But we also have one right here. We have this resistance level right here. We have this resistance level right here. Right? We have this support level right here. The market broke. The markets we have this level right here. If you can see this level right here, can you see that there was quite a resistance level at this point? The market broke and came back to retest. Sharp. I don't know if you are actually following. If you are following, let me see your fire. Let me see your fire emoji. If you are actually feeling me, because GJ is beginning to make sense. GJ is beginning to do what? To make sense. If GJ is beginning to make sense to you, let me see your fire emoji. If GJ is beginning to make sense to you, and I want you to pay attention, this is how you're actually able to, among all the consolidation and everything, among the ranging markets, you're able to do what? Come out successful among all the ranging markets, right? Now, look at what happened on GJ. We had this resistance level right here. We had this resistance level right here at this point. The market did what? This is the main reason why I said we won't be able to analyze too, because our time is fast spent. We have this resistance level right here, and what happened? What happened? JC Prosper is feeling everything. Well done. And what happened? What happened? Market broke that level to the top side, right? This was how it broke it to the top side. It came back to retest that level. It gave another new high. It came to the down. It gave another new high. It consolidated a bit and continued the movement to the top side. It wanted to retest that perfect level, but it couldn't. Now market came all the way to this level, right? It's formed all of this. Now market came all the way to this level, and what did it come and do? It came back to retest this level, right? Market came to the top again, and market is coming back to retest that level again. That's how significant that level is. And that level, if you go down to the 1 hour time frame, now let's go down to the 1 hour time frame. You see how significant that level is on the 1 hour time frame. You see that level is very significant. Can you see that level is very, very significant? Can you see that level is actually very, very, very significant? That level is way, way significant. Right? That level is very, very significant. Now, if you were able to identify, Rachel is also active. Rachel is also active. Rachel, well done. Boateng. If you are now for DJ, if you actually have the understanding of all these swing levels, you would have made profit from here. Immediately market came to this level and it was giving reactions. You could have traded this. And just this little pips movement is about 58 pips. It's about 58 pips, and your stop loss would have been below. And this is just about 35 pips stop loss. Now, what are we expecting on GG? What's GG telling us? With everything we've been seeing so far, what is GG telling us? What's GG telling? Now that it is late, because we didn't get entry from that level. Now, my basic expectation, what I'll be expecting, for me personally, what I'll be expecting on GG, yeah, if I get I expect this market. I don't expect this market to come back to continue selling again. Seriously, I don't expect this market to continue selling. Now, what's our best bet? How do we get in on this trade? Now, for me, I'm seeing an entry level at this point. I'll expect market to sell back to this level, to this point right here, and I will enter my buy. I'll target this high first, and if I get a break of this high, I'll actually be waiting for another break and retest to happen and continuation on the buy. Now, why am I expecting a retest at this? Why am I expecting a sell to happen up to this level? That's where experience comes in. That's where experience comes in. Now look at this trade very well. Look at what has been happening in this area. Now let's use our zone. Let's use our zone to mark out what has been happening in that area. Let's use our zone to mark out what has been happening in that area. Jeez. Look at this area right here. What's happening on this area? We have this significant support level that was tested 3 times. 3 times. Even more than 3 times. It ended up testing it about 4 times. It ended up testing it about 4 times. Can you see? This level got tested about 4 times. About 4 times. What do I mean? Market came to this level, there were hesitations of buyers. Buyers came in, they bought. Market came to this level again, buyers came in, they bought. It came back to touch this level again, buyers came in, they bought. Market came to this level again, buyers came in, they bought. They weren't able to sustain it. Now what happened? The sellers came in, they sold up to this level. The buyer said, no, we are really going to sell, we are really going to buy, man. And what did they do? They took out all the sellers and got back into this level. And immediately market came back to this level. What are you going to expect? Market should come back to retest this support level again. Market should, I'm talking from experience now. Market should come back to retest this support level again and what? Continue the movement to the top side. JJ Prosper, is all of these things making sense? If all of these things are making sense, let me see your comment. Let me see your comment. If all of these things are actually making sense. So for me personally, I wanted to monitor this trade, JC Prosper, and I wanted to tell me the feedback from this trade. Now wait for market to reverse back to this entry, to this level right here. Let market reverse back to this level right here. If you get a reversal back to this level, if you get a reversal back to this level, and you are able to see what corrections, you see this kind of, you see doji stick candle, you see your pin bar and all of those things, then what do? You target this eye right here. You target this eye. You target this eye, and if you see market break this eye with strong momentum, you can still hold your buy positions. JC Prosper active. I'm seeing your fire emojis. Do you understand everything? Is it becoming clearer? Now, for me personally, I will be expecting a buy at this level. Now, and I'll be putting my stop loss below that level as well. Because I believe sellers are not supposed to what? Break that level to the downside again. Unless we see some news reaction that actually affects the pounds. If the pounds become weak against the Japanese yen, then automatically what is going to be breaking that level. But for me personally, this is a valid trade. This is a very, very valid trade. Now we've been able to cook 2 setups live right here. We've been able to cook 2 setups live right here. We've been able to cook 2 setups live right here. And I want you guys to follow those setups. I'll be targeting this eye right here. I'll be targeting this eye. I want you to follow through with these setups. I want you to follow through with these setups. I want you to follow through with these setups. Make sure you take a screenshot of this. Make sure you take a screenshot of this chart. Make sure you take a screenshot of this chart. Make sure you do. Make sure you take a screenshot of this chart and just try to practice everything that is taught here on your own. Try to practice everything that is taught here on your own. Try to practice everything. Try to practice everything that you've learned here. Try to practice it. Try to practice it. Everything that you've learned here. Try to practice it. Are you following? Try to practice everything that you've learned here. Now let me see your now I need typing now. What you've gained from this live section. How was this live section? You're definitely going to be sending that on our 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 platform as well. But let me see your comment. Let me see your comment. I want to pin that on YouTube. Let me see your comment. I want to pin that on YouTube. Let me see your comment. I want to know if you actually gained something meaningful from this class. We're ending this class now. I want to see your comment. Make sure you take a screenshot. I'll send this live trade as well. Thank you very much. JC Prosper, you're welcome. JC Prosper, send me a DM. I want to monitor your progress as well. And Rachel and every other person that's been very, very active. I want to be able to monitor your progress. Let's grow together. Nobody's an island of knowledge, like you know. So we're actually here to gain some knowledge. Robots, you're welcome, man. I'm happy to help. Very insightful. I can see your comments. Thank you, man. You're welcome. 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 I'm happy to actually help. If you enjoy every single one of these things, don't forget to let's get this. I need this YouTube channel. Is it possible for us to get? I want to see your comments, please. I want to see your comments. Is it possible for us to get 1,000 subscribers before the end of September? I want to see your comments. I want to see your comments. Is it possible? Aside and something you guys should note. Don't just let this class end here. Make sure you join every live class that I do. Every live class that I do. I said this is the last advanced class. Doesn't mean you should just stop here. Even I myself still learn. Still learning. Even all everybody is still learning, right? Because market evolves, market changes, market condition changes, and you also have to be what? Very, very flexible. Market moves in waves. Market moves in waves, right? And you also have to be what? Very, very flexible to do what? To understand the reaction of the market as well, right? To follow through with the reaction of the market. Do you understand me now? To follow through with the reaction of the market as well. Now I need your answer. Is it possible for us to get this YouTube channel to 1,000 subscribers before the end of September? Getting this YouTube channel to 1,000 subscribers isn't nothing more than just getting the ability to reach out to more people, to help more people out there. That's the goal. That's my goal. Sincerely, I just want to help. Being able to help more people out there. So Robert and Prosper and any other person on this call, is it possible? Is it possible? Let me see your positive comments. Let me see your positive comments and send those fire emojis if you actually enjoyed this class up to this point. Send your fire emoji. Send in your fire emojis if you enjoy this class up to this point. None of you is replying. You know. That means it's not channel. I don't really know. It depends. Yeah, cool, 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 cool. Actually. But let's just it's also in our hands as well, right? It's also in our hands. And what's the idea? Why did I say it's also in our hands? Why did I say it's also in our hands? It's also in our hands. The more we promote it, share with our friends, let them come and learn. We grow together. Do you understand? That's it. That's how it is. There's no point hiding any information or anything. I'm basically just here to help. Seriously speaking, and I feel you guys should be able to do the same. So keep me in the now on your progress. Anything that is happening, don't forget this XAUSD analysis and everything, and that will be all for now. Thank you very much, guys. Take care. Rachel, okay, Rachel is the one active. Rachel, you are not saying anything. If it's possible for us to get this channel Rachel, send me for Rachel and Prosper and every one of you actually active, send me a DM on your progress. Whatever is actually bothering you, probably we'll have a call and we're able to sort it out. Do you understand me? So that'll be all for tonight. Take care and thank you for actually sticking around up to this point. Don't forget to share this video to your loved one. If you love somebody, you're actually going to try to help them out. And I'm trying my best to help you guys out. And I think that's the best I can do. And thank you very much. That'll be all for now, guys. Bye. Crazy.